Welcome to spectacular Brunnen in Switzerland for the star-class Eastern Hemisphere Championship. 49 of the best crews from 13 nations lined up and squeezed over the pin end, looking for the favourable side of the course. Some of the main contenders were in the pack, heading left up the beat, including Tom Lofsted, sailing with reigning world champion Fritjof Kleen, plus 2009 world champ George Szabo, sailing with Serge Pulfer. Diego Negri and Sergio Lambertenghi were also in the leading pack, closely followed by the Greek team of Emilios Papathanasiou and Antonis Chotras after a poor start. The tricky weather made the competition even harder, as the sailors had to face consistent rain and big shifts. The battle was on between the Greek team and Szabo Pulfer, plus local heroes Christoph Berger and Renato Marazzi from Switzerland. Eventually, the Swiss team celebrated the first bullet of the championship, sailing around the Greeks who fell into a wind hole, with Szabo and Pulfer coming second. As the wind changed direction, the race committee moved the entire track from the westerly Gezawa course to the southerly Unersee part of the L-shaped lake. This time the fleet was close to the committee boat, trying to champion the favoured end. Italians Diego Negri and Sergio Lambertenghi and Emilios Papathanasiou and Antonis Chotras nailed their starts, setting the early pace. The Italians were on top form, rounding the first mark with a decent lead on the fleet. Downwind, the Greek team took a penalty for rocking from the jury, losing 3 places on that leg. Szabo and Pulfer then counter-attacked, managing to secure second. The third race was the most even in terms of wind across the course, with the fleet spreading out, but mostly heading left up the track. Then a shift came in with more pressure on the right-hand side, and some of the local Swiss teams, we should add, read this perfectly. So Boris Kulper and Ronald Rosler made the top mark ahead of Italians Negri and Lambertenghi, who had raced up the middle. And then the top mark was quite a busy place, with the 50 or so boats piling around in a super jam. The Italians have just come from a strong performance at the Worlds on Lake Garda, finishing second, and at the Easterns they nailed race 3 to leap to the top of the leaderboard.
When you feel good in a racing area, things happen. What you expect is happening. We're starting on the right, some other boats were starting on the left, so the right was the right choice. Where we were tacking, the pressure was coming, so it means that you feel good. So could happen. Unfortunately for the first one, could be another good one, because we were close to Szabo finishing second. So I mean, it's good. We are focused, and it doesn't matter. We still many races to go. We are still 2 days of racing, so we are focused, and I think it's good feeling.
So provisionally, Negri and Lambertenghi lead. There are some protests to be heard, and we expect more drama from this beautiful lake for race 4. On the penultimate day of the 2014 Star Eastern Hemispheres, the Greek team of Emilios Papathanasiou and Antonis Chotras executed yet another pin-sharp start to tack across Tom Lofsted and Fritjof Kleen, who needed a top 3 result for any chance of podium glory, plus overall leaders Diego Negri and Sergio Lambertenghi from Italy. The Greek team followed a centre-axis strategy, a good choice that saw them first around the top mark. On the downwind leg, a close battle developed between Lofsted and Kleen, with Negri and Lambertenghi, which closed down the distance to the Greek duo. The race then turned into a tough game of chess as the top four made their way upwind again, dodging traffic coming down and finding the shifts to outmaneuver each other. Swiss pair Christoph Gauci and Dominik Schenk were also in the mix, as the Greeks picked the left-hand side and the Italian duo diced up the right. The Italian and Greek teams are the main contenders for the title, and they duked it out right around the top mark for a neck-and-neck match race on the final downwind leg. Negri and Lambertenghi felt that to be to the right of the Greeks going downwind would pay pressure-wise, and this was the winning decision because they overtook to win their third race of four, a brilliant display of racing. Papathanasiou and Chotras were happy though with their consistency coming second.
3 minutes before the start, we are in the middle of the line, and me and Adonis we try to see the wind is coming off from left and from right, and we decide the left side will be better. That's the reason we go fast on the pin, and around 25 seconds before start, we see clear, we start the port tack.
Negri and Lambertenghi stay at the top of the leaderboard, just ahead of the Greeks, but a discard after race 5 could open up the podium for half a dozen teams on the final day. At the final day of the 2014 Star Eastern Hemispheres, the weather once again made life hard for the race committee as they struggled to set the last races of the championship. Eventually the wind came in enough for a start, and again the Greek team of Emilios Papathanasiou and Antonis Chotras mastered the pin end, controlling the left side of the fleet. Conditions were tricky as the gusty and shifty winds created wind holes, with rain coming down just to add to the fun. The fight was on yet again with the Greek duo at the front, this time battling with Hubert Merkelbach and Gerrit Bartel from Germany. Event organiser Lorenz Zimmermann, sailing with top star crewman Marcus Coy, were also looking for a top 3 score. Swiss Meteo then called out a storm warning, so the race committee decided to pull the plug and get everybody back to Brunn. No change in the final results, with Diego Negri and Sergio Lambertenghi retaining their title for a second consecutive year. Second overall were the Greek duo of Papathanasiou and Chotras, and third George Szabo from the States and Serge Pulfer from Switzerland. All in all, it was a challenging championship with tricky weather, but the Italians were worthy winners with their 3 race wins out of 4. The 49 crews from 13 nations certainly made this a competitive event.
Wow, the effort that the guys have done, the Swiss guys have done here, it's so strong, so well organized, everything, that we are very happy to have been here. Because the only thing you cannot plan and you cannot book is the weather. The weather makes what he wants, and that's a weather question. But it was very nice people, very nice place. It happens.
The next Star Sailors League event is the grand finale in Nassau in the Bahamas from December 3rd to 6th. With big prize money and some of the best sailors in the world, this will be one to look forward to.